Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Here's the headline. Veterans groups are asking the Biden administration to ensure marijuana scheduling review is completed in a timely manner. So, interesting. So now they're getting pushed. I'm curious to see what veteran groups, and this just came out a couple days ago, and I wanted to share it with you. So let's jump into it. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And if you want to make sure that this information gets into the hands of other veterans who are interested, please do two things. Hit that thumbs up and let this video run out. The more that it plays, the more that YouTube pushes it out. It's just the way that it works. So, jumping into it here, a coalition of military veterans organizations is pushing President Joe Biden to ensure that the ongoing administrative review into marijuana scheduling status is completed in a timely manner, and also take steps to counter misinformation while pursuing broader reform. So, again, they're referencing a coalition now of military veterans organizations. So, again, I'm wondering if they're going to spell these things out. In a letter sent to the president last week, multiple veterans focused groups expressed appreciation for his directive initiating the marijuana review last year, which led to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to recommend that cannabis be moved from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 of the Controlled Substances Act, the CSA. This process represents a significant opportunity for our nation to lead with the science over fear and begin righting the wrongs of prohibition. The groups, which include Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, wrote, the action taken by your administration and the HHS have been historic and lay the groundwork for the significant work ahead, including the need to ensure the Drug Enforcement Administration expeditiously accepts the scientific and medical founded recommendation. All right, moving on. DEA is currently completing its part of the review before making a final determination. While the scientific findings of the HHS are binding, the law enforcement agency is not required to abide by the Schedule 3 rescheduling recommendation. That's interesting. Was not aware of that. So, although the HHS findings are binding, the law enforcement agency is not required to abide by Schedule 3 rescheduling recommendations. Interesting. As representatives of our nation's veterans communities, these issues of safe access and research should not be more important. The letter says, the individuals who work every day to protect our great nation deserve every ounce of support as they tackle the physical and psychological impacts of their service as they return from active duty. The groups include anecdotes from members in the letter detailing how cannabis has helped them transition away from certain pharmaceuticals and improved symptoms of conditions such as PTSD and depression. While we are seeing incredible success through the access of cannabis, these positive outcomes are limited by the stigma associated with admitting use and fear associated with lost opportunities as a result of federal restrictions on cannabis, the coalition said. We understand that misinformation driven by fear and misunderstanding is common when it comes to cannabis, they continued. And we ask that your administration work diligently to counter this misinformation and to listen when your veterans say that something is not only important, it's positively life-saving. The letter also talks about the benefits of going beyond simple rescheduling by moving to federally legalize marijuana. Doing so would improve military readiness by addressing cannabis-related recruitment issues and broadly resolve state and military policy conflicts, they said. Interesting that they threw in the recruiting thing as a positive to legalizing marijuana. They obviously see that that's a sticky point right now, recruiting efforts, and that this could be a tool to help to open the recruiting doorways. That's interesting. All right, so moving on. As a community, we see the reclassification of cannabis as a first step in evolving our national understanding of a plant that thousands of veterans rely on for chronic pain and other serious service-related ailments, they said. There is more progress to be made post-scheduling, and we will look to you, Mr. President, to continue supporting and prioritizing access to the benefits of plant-based medicine for all our active duty and veteran communities. The letter continues and contains two specific asks for the president. One is to ensure that the scheduling review process is conducted and concluded in a timely manner, and to see to it that Congress builds on this historic progress to ensure our veteran communities are not left behind. While the significance of cannabis rescheduling is unique to each community, as veterans, reclassifying cannabis means a better future for those who chose to serve our country. They said, to us it means access to life-changing medicine, to economic opportunity, to healthy futures, free of opioids, and to wellness without the weight and stigma of unscientific restrictions. Thank you, Mr. President, for initiating this process. We look to your leadership in ensuring this action is just the beginning. Laying the groundwork for a better tomorrow, the letter concludes, the undersigned organizations are with you in the fight for safe access, scientific research, and a better future for our veteran communities. So it continues on here a little bit further. Let me see where we're going here. Signatories on the letter include Hemp for Victory, Balanced Veteran Network, Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, Realm of Caring, Hero Grow, Santa Cruz Veterans Alliance, and Texas Veterans for Medical Cannabis. The veterans groups aren't the only ones proactively pushing for administrative support amid ongoing schedule review. Senator Gillibrand recently called on the DEA to act with great urgency to reschedule marijuana in line with a recommendation from HHS, for example. The coalition of 31 bipartisan House lawmakers sent a letter to the DEA administrator in October urging her to take into account congressional and state marijuana legalization efforts as the agency carries out its scheduling review. They also criticized the limitations of simply rescheduling as they push for complete. I don't know, maybe they messed up. For complete removal of marijuana from the CSA. Those letters serve as counterbalances to other recent messages DEA has received from congressional opponents of reform and former DEA and White House drug czars who argue that even moving marijuana to Schedule 3 would go too far. 14 Republican congressional lawmakers recently urged DEA to reject the top federal health agency's recommendation to reschedule marijuana and instead keep it in the most restrictive category under CSA. 2 GOP senators, including the lead Republican sponsor of a marijuana banking bill that cleared a key committee in September, which I think I did a video on that, have also recently filed legislation to prevent federal agencies from rescheduling cannabis without approval from Congress. Pete Sessions separately submitted an amendment for a spending bill that would prevent the Justice Department from using federal funds to reschedule or deschedule marijuana. Advocates and lawmakers who support cannabis reform, meanwhile, marked the 1-year anniversary of Biden's mass marijuana pardon and scheduling directive by calling on him to do more, including by expanding the scope of relief that his pardon had and by expressly supporting federal legislation. What also is unclear is the timeline for the DEA will complete its cannabis review. For what it's worth, however, the former Food and Drug Administration official said he'd be shocked if DEA doesn't reschedule marijuana by next year's presidential election. And that concludes the article. Just wanted to bring you up to speed with movement on the marijuana front, cannabis, for those of you that are interested in that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you so much. And hey, remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.